Vapors. This is Summer Dawn with another vape vid for you today. I'm going to be discussing something that I hope will come in handy for both the Lava Core members and the new people to the thread. But I'm hoping that with this video I can answer a lot of questions that the newer people might have so that when they come on the thread they can be directed to a video that will illustrate the answers to the questions that they're looking for. And so I'm going to try to answer the majority of those to the best of my knowledge and capability. So that being said, let's get started, shall we? Okay, first question is, what is a Lavatank? A Lavatank is a 100% handmade cartomizer tank, meaning that just like this, a cartomizer is inserted into the tank that connects directly to the PV, and the juice put into the tank feeds into the cartomizer. These tanks are all handmade by JonboyUSMC, who is a member of the Electronic Cigarette Forum. So the second question I'm going to address has two parts. The first is, how do I get a Lavatank? And the second is, how much are they? In my first lava review, I addressed the sale process. How you get one is exactly the same as I described in that review, with one exception. There is no longer a choice between a loose and tight fit of O-rings, as the sizes have been optimized. And as for how much they are, the regular size Lavatank in either a Ming or Pon tip is $45. John also occasionally offers magma tanks, which are larger and therefore hold more e-liquid. Those go for $50, and then tanks made of the true stone material go for $55. So the next one is one of my favorites. When is the next sale? By the time that John announces when the next sale is, usually all the people who are active on the Lava Core thread are so excited about the sale that you'll see someone mention it within any given 12-hour period. So if you pay attention to the thread for even a day and not just pop in to ask the question and then disappear, you should be able to find out exactly when the sale is. But usually the sales occur on a Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the sales are usually announced anywhere from a week to a week and a half beforehand. So like I said, if you just pop in on the thread even for a day and join the conversation, you'll definitely get an answer to your question if you just pay attention for a little while. Okay, another one I see a lot is, can I get on the Tanklist list? No. The Tanklist list is closed. It was capped at 100 people. That's a lot of people and a lot of tanks and a lot of manpower and hours that John has to put into making all of those tanks. Per batch, 10 people from that list each get a tank, and they get a choice before anybody else. I think it was a very generous thing for John to do, as is, offering 100 people to get their pick of the tanks. So the answer is no, you can't get on the Tanklist list, but you can join the frenzy with the rest of us, and it really is a lot of fun. And ask anybody who's struggled to get a Lavatank in the past, if you stay active on the thread and you hang out and have fun, chances are you will get a Lavatank with just a little bit of patience. And it's definitely, definitely worth it. Then another question that we frequently hear on sale night from newer people is, how long until I know if I got a Lavatank? I have waited upwards of an hour to receive my private message back from John. I mean, understand that typically these days we're seeing about 120 people at sale time. When I first joined the thread, there was between 60 and 70 at sale time. So there's a lot of people on the thread, and there's a lot of private messages being sent to John all at once. And not only does he have to sort through every single one, but he has to figure out who's gotten their requests in first, in what order, with their top 3 choices, and who gets what. Personally, it would give me a migraine. So the best answer I can give you is just be patient. You'll know if you've gotten one. If not, he's still nice enough to send out private messages saying that they're no longer available, and there's always next time. Another one is, what makes someone part of the Lava Core? I think my friend K. Smith said it best when he said, having a tank doesn't make you part of the Lava Core, and not having one doesn't mean that you're not part of the Lava Corps either. It's all a spirit of camaraderie, hanging out on the thread, being active, making friends, participating in sales, learning what there is to learn about Lavatanks. It's really an awesome thread to be a part of. I can't speak highly enough to what an awesome thread it is and how much I've learned from these people. Everybody that I've met on the Lava Corps thread, every single person on there is special to me, and I've formed some sort of friendship with. I think you're all awesome, and I'm sure that anybody who comes on the thread will feel the same way, and I would love to get to know all of you. To put it simply, the answer to that question is just because you don't have a tank doesn't mean you can't hang out on the thread. It doesn't mean that you're not part of the Lava Corps, the Lava family. If you are active and you hang out and you let us get to know you and you get to know us, then by all means you are part of the Lava Corps. So started out simply, we're moving on to a little bit more of the maintenance related questions. And a pretty common maintenance related question that we hear is, how do I fill my tank? So when you receive your tank, with the exception of the juice that's in here, your tank will look exactly like this. It will come with the cartomizer that you designate the resistance of during the sale, and that will be single punched. And some people who use higher percentages of propylene glycol over vegetable glycerin should be okay with just the one punch, but we suggest everybody to double punch their cartomizers just in case. So as for filling, I'm just going to give you a brief description, and then if you want to see this in full detail, the Tank King, Dino, has made his own Lavatank bootcamp video, which I will also be linking below, and you can check that out and it'll answer any and all questions you need. It definitely gives you a perfect bird's eye view of the process. Basically, you wiggle off the top cap here, remove your cartomizer, and fill your cartomizer to the brim, basically. You can get around 35 drops in a standard cartomizer if it is filled correctly. Usually what I do is I take one of my stainless steel cartomizers, pop off the top, I fill it with about 8 drops at a time, and keep the bottom plastic part on. And then I use a Vapor King battery bag, but you can use pretty much anything that can spin. If you come on the Lava Corps thread, there's all kinds of different suggestions for what you can use for this process. So after those 8 drops, I put the cartomizer into this bag and then just spin like this. It's called the Terran spin, and it will force all the juice at the top of the cartomizer to the bottom, and if you do that consistently, you should be able to get a very good fill on your cartomizer. So once your cartomizer is full, you just pop it back into the tank. This is also mentioned in Dino's bootcamp video, and he was kind enough to share where to get these on his video, but this drip tip is a wonderful tool for getting your cartomizers back in so that you don't risk damaging your O-rings. Basically, it starts small here and then widens out, so it stretches the O-ring slowly. You don't risk tearing it or damaging the O-ring in any way. So that's awesome. Once your cartomizer is back in the tank, then you fill your tank pretty much to the top with just a small gap at the top. Then you replace the top piece onto the tubing just to the bottom of this top O-ring and tilt it, and you should see a bubble. Let's see if I can get a bubble like this appear. And you just position that over the hole that's punched into your cartomizer. Push the top the rest of the way on, and that bubble should disappear into the cartomizer. And hook it up to your PV. And vape. Awesome. So this video doesn't run for too long. That's all I've got for you guys for today. If you can think of any more questions that you didn't see addressed in the review, please leave a comment below. Go ahead and ask me. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. I also have a lot of friends from the Lava Corps thread who are YouTube members and will most likely see your question and answer it if I don't get to it first. So thanks as usual for watching, and vape happy!
Like this, like this, like